Quick disclaimer before we get started, there are some spoilers in this walkthrough, so please beware. If you don't want to know about the Starborn Guardians, I'll check you later. If you're not worried about spoilers, get into this. Welcome to another Where I Found My Ships. Today we're going to be getting the Starborn Guardian 4, but this will work with any Starborn Guardian ship that you can find. This method doesn't require console or any cheats or any mods. It's just one of those classic Bethesda game exploits. This won't affect your achievements at all, and at the end you get a Starborn Guardian, which you'd normally get your first time round doing New Game Plus. Basically, once you finish the game, you start again, you would get this ship. But we can get this anytime now. So if you are a ship collector, you might want to get this quick if you're not planning on doing the New Game Plus anytime soon. They may fix this, not sure. Now, for those of you that don't have this ship spawning, if you do want to get this ship, you're going to need to complete Into the Unknown main storyline quest. And then after that, for me, I needed to complete All That Money Can Buy main quest, which came directly after Into the Unknown. So Into the Unknown, then All That Money Can Buy. And then at the end of the All That Money Can Buy, you will run into your first Starborn ship. And after that, Starborn ships will pretty much spawn on all the planets you visit. So they become very common and easy to find. Now, the determining factors to get this ship is just going to be based on where you land. Are you close to another ship landing zone? Can you get there fast enough? And do you have any items that can slow or speed this up? So I'm going to recommend 2 items. Both of them aren't required to do this, but they will help you and improve your chances, because basically it's just a race against time to get around the non-accessible issue. Now, for the first item, we're going to head over to Neon City. And again, this is not mandatory. This is just what I'm doing, a recommendation. We want to head over to Le Grandes Liqueurs, which is a shop that will sell blend and other alcoholic beverages that provide a boost on various different stats. And the reason we want blend is because blend will actually slow down time for us by 20% for 10 seconds. In this instance, I'm going to buy as much as I need, and we don't need to pay attention to the 75 damage resistance or the minus 20% O2 recovery for 3 minutes. We can just ignore that. We're just using it to slow down time because that will help us get to locations faster. Now, to get blend, I can't be sure because I can't remember if you get blend is locked behind any side quests. It very well may be. So if you can't see it at the vendor, there may be some side quests in Neon you need to complete. And I'm sorry, I can't remember what they were called. If anyone knows in the comments, or if you know you can just get blend straight away as soon as you get to Neon the first time, do let me know in the comments. That'd be great for everyone to know. Okay, so we're going to slow down time with blend, and then we're going to amp things up with good old faithful amp, which gives you an increase 35% movement speed for 2 minutes. So these two work well together. We're going to slow down time, but we're going to increase our movement speed, which will help us get to locations in a pretty efficient way. At least in my testing or my understanding. Let me know what you think. Now, you can get amp at pretty much any kind of general store. If you're already on Neon and you just bought blend, you can head over to the Trade Authority and purchase some amp there. You probably already have some on you. So once we have blend and amp, or if you don't, it doesn't matter. Blend and amp aren't mandatory. You can do this without those 2 items, but I do suggest getting them. Next thing that we need to find, which will make this easier, is finding a location that we know of already, or if we're traveling around, we're trying to find a location where we know that we land and there's another ship landing area really close where other ships will land. So for me, I knew off the top of my head, I'd recently been to Masada, and in particular, the Moon Masada 5C. And I knew I had a spot I'd already landed on that had a great and close by ship landing zone. So that was the best pick for me to get this ship. And I suggest you try follow suit. But if you don't have everything in mind, probably know already, you see the Guardian ships spawn all the time. So it will be pretty easy to come across them, and you'll be able to set it up in a few different ways. They sometimes even land on top of you pretty much. So lots of options there. But for the best, quickest method, you want to find somewhere with your landing zone and another ship landing zone close by. And what you want to do is as soon as you land on that planet, you're going to save the game and you're going to wait to hear that noise to see if you got a ship spawn. Now, for me, I was lucky I got this on the first try. But if you don't get the ship you like, you can reload the game if you saved in the correct place. And you can keep doing that until you get the Guardian ship spawn. And once you do get the Guardian ship and it's just in your peripherals and it's just spawned, I would save the game here. So if we don't get to the ship in time, we'll be able to load back, try again. And once you've got the Guardian ship spawn, we're in luck. Now it's just a race against time. So what we're going to do, amp and blend to our quick slots, and we're just going to gas it as fast as we can to the Guardian, to this location, or however the setup is for you. We're just trying to get to that ship as quick as possible, because I'm going to show you now what happens when you don't get there quick enough. You'll be running, huffing and puffing, getting stitches, and then you'll get there and you'll get that bloody inaccessible message and your heart will cry. That's an easy fix, and that's why we've saved it. So if you get the inaccessible, that's okay. We'll load back and then we'll try again. So you can see here that the first time I tried this, I didn't make it in time. And then on the second attempt, I knew exactly where to go. I was using amp, I was using blend, slowing down time, increasing my movement speed, and just gassing it as fast as I could to get to the Guardian. And the very big trick here is you just want to get to the Guardian as close as possible to the timing of the crew or the Guardians coming out of their starship. It's in that moment that the door to the Starship Guardian is actually accessible, which is crazy, right? This is classic Bethesda. So that instant between the Guardian crew leaving their ship, the door is open. You can get in there. So I've got in there and the ship's ours. We just have to walk up to the captain's seat, take it just like you would any other ship, and bing, bada, boom, it's yours. Now note, this ship isn't great on stats. It is a bit of fun for sure. It's cool to add to the collection. Also note, there are, I think, 10 different Guardians, 10 or 12 different Guardians. I can't remember off the top of my head. And they do have varied stats, but they don't change that much. And that's all there is to it. So you can take this to a shipyard, you can register it, you can repair it. You can't change any components on it though. It's as it is, so you can't modify it. What you see is what you get. Now, if you find yourself going to the Guardian and you're still getting that inaccessible message, it just means you haven't timed it right. And this is where the blend can really help, because it seems to give quite a good window between the crew being quite far from the door, but you still being able to access it. It would just be a matter of rinse and repeat. So you could try find another location, repeat the process, or trigger it again, or try set up a better scenario where you can get there quicker. And it's just all about getting to that door as close as possible to the crew exiting the ship. And this way you get a Guardian ship, your achievements are intact, because that was really important to me to keep those intact, and I hope it's useful for you too. So if you did get anything out of this video, please like and subscribe. Love hearing from you. Share in the comments. Thanks again. Peace out till next time.